So here comes the student recognition. Last week I mentioned, and we celebrated the fact that Ben and Prudvie were named National Merit semifinalists, which means they really set themselves apart in the top 16,000 out of 1.6 million test takers in terms of the PSAT. And I was anticipating we would have a couple students that fell in the category called commended, which means they are being recognized for being in the top 3% essentially. So 50,000 people get this honor, but again, that's out of 1.6 million about. For these students, this is their top commendation they'll receive. There's no further application. They don't have to write essays, but it is very worthy of being honored. So I want to make mention and just ask them to stand so we can applaud for all three of them once I've read their names. But that would be Simon Belisi and Karan Gowda and Pranav Sai. Congratulations. So it's pretty impressive. You're keeping track of the numbers like I am. About 20% of our junior class received national merit commendations of some sort, either commended or semifinalists. And this is usually reserved for the top 3% of everybody everywhere. So to have 20% of our class receive it is very impressive. The other recognition I'd like to do are advanced placement scholars. So every May, as our seniors know and our juniors will know coming up, in fact some of them were in it last year, you take AP exams. And once those are all graded and scored and they're back in July, the College Board names AP Scholars. These are designations given to students who take a number of exams and also perform well on them. So again, I'm going to ask you to stand and we will applaud at the end of each category. There's what's called the AP Scholar Award. These students took at least 3 exams. They scored at least 3 on all of them, which 3 is kind of the middle passing grade. These are scored from 1 to 5. We had a handful of juniors last year, seniors this year get that recognition. So please stand: Morgan Donahue, Haley Dulabaum, Armand Gaikian, Connor Jaworski, and Neha Shayamani. That's our first team. Then the bar gets raised to what are called AP Scholars with Honors. These students took at least 4 exams, scored 3 on at least a 3 on all of them, and had to have an average of 3.25, which means they had to at least push one of those exams up to a 4 or 5, and perhaps more. We have a little larger group in this category. Once again, I'll list everybody. We'll stand, we'll applaud, and then we'll move on to the next one. Shireen Goldulabaum, Pranav Sai, Kara Shanahan, Caitlin Sharma, Ben Simon, Madeline Sfarina, and Richard Zhang. Congratulations. And then even above there, we have what are called AP Scholars with Distinction. These students took 5 AP exams, which is a feat within itself, but then they scored 3 or higher on all of those and a 3.5 average, which means they had to pull 4s or 5s on a couple of them. And we have 4 students who qualified for this honor. Once again, Simon Belisi, Karan Gowda, Prudvie Gudapati, and Brian Lang. Please stand and welcome. And I know we've run over into lunchtime a little bit, but Miss Martin would like to get pictures of all those AP Scholars right outside these doors immediately after assembly, which is now. Have a good rest of the day.